Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, and how is the preparation?
It is going on, sir.
Okay, then let us start. And I will make it the informal way and I will
Okay,
ask
sir.
questions. You can answer the questions. If there is any improvement required, immediately I will tell you how you can improve that particular answer.
Okay,
Yes,
sure, sir.
Netra Kamal Bora, you have finished the masters in 2014, I think, from Dibrugarh University in
Yes,
chemistry.
sir.
For
Yes, sir.
last 8 years, what you were doing?
So I am engaged. I have engaged myself in a junior college in Dibrugarh itself.
Yes, for
So
a teacher.
yes, sir, as a teacher in chemistry.
Yes, okay. And how was your experience of teaching?
So it's good.
Yes, and what do you feel that being a teacher and
Yes, sir.
how we should improve the system of teaching in India? Because I hope that you will accept that there are a lot of problems in the system of teaching in India. That is
Yes,
why
sir.
the education creates large number of educated unemployed in India. Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
then how we will change the pattern of teaching so that we are able to create a creative society and creative educated people. One or two suggestions.
Yes, sir. So I think the new government policy, the new education policy, is a big step towards the improvement of this education system. And sir, I think that one of the major problem in our current education system is our education system is mostly job oriented. So we don't create skill based students based on the demand of our industries. So as
Yes,
a result, many of our local industries have to bring people from outsides.
yes,
So as a result, our local residents cannot get a proper employment.
yes,
And another major problem is that most of the government institutes have a lot of infrastructural problems.
yes.
So if we can overcome these major problems, then I think that definitely there will be a better future in our education system.
Yes. Okay, then your junior college was a government junior college or private one?
The private junior colleges.
Hmm.
Yes,
And you must have noticed in Assam,
yes,
majority of the students are preferring those who are economically sound. They are preferring private education up to the at least up to the higher secondary level.
yes,
Only during graduation they move into a government college or government university.
yes.
Do you feel that? And there is a low quality education in government secondary, higher secondary, and the primary schools
I will not say that education
comparison to private school.
private. Yes, sir. So I'll not say that all the government institutions have a lower quality of education, but I personally think that when a teacher get a job in a government institute, they get a sense of security, and that sense of security, I think, that hinders in their working system. But
Yes,
in a private institute, the teachers, no matter whether they want it or not, but they have to work hard for the betterment of the students, because the future of that institute depends on the result of the students. But in a government institute, they feel more or less secure in
mhm.
that way. And another advantage of a private institution is that they have a better infrastructure than a government institute in
Yes,
many aspects. The
yes,
proper sanitary system and the classrooms are quite improved in comparison to government institutes.
yes,
So, because of these reasons, people get attracted towards a government institute as far as they can. I
yes,
think so.
yes. And how we can improve the government side, government education, because you are going to be a part of government. Any suggestion to improve the government education system?
Yes, sir. So I think that the new appointment system, as the new teachers are appointed in our schools, in our colleges, through the TED examination, the quality of the teachers are gradually improving. And the latest government initiative of that Guru is also playing a major role in improving the infrastructural development of our institutes. And I think if we motivate, along with the improvement of the infrastructure and the students, if we can implement a program of interacting with the teachers and in a regular way, and if we provide some incentives to the better teachers, then I think that can motivate the teachers in a good way to
Yes.
do well.
and a better training for the teachers as well.
Yes, sir. Better
Do you
training.
expect? Can you tell me which were the two most important points being a teacher attracted you from the new education policy?
First of all, sir, the goal of the new education policy that it is going to create skill-based students, and another important is that they are going to implement the local language up to a certain level. I think that will help to learn the students better.
Yes. And do you feel that in Assam, the students who are going to this private English medium schools
Yes,
and
sir.
they lose the culture and the language of the state?
No, sir, I don't think so.
Because when APSC introduced a language paper, there was a huge protest. That means that people don't know the language. The Assamese language or Bengali or Bodo language was introduced by APSC in the examination. Then it was to be withdrawn because of the protest from the students. Does it
Yes,
mean students don't learn the local language? They are learning completely into the English language?
I think more of, I think rather than a fear towards the paper, I think the students are not well adapted to the new policy of the APSC which has recently introduced. So I think most of the students were feared that it will create another pressure where we have already 8 papers as a generals in our mains examination. So
Yes.
I think they might not wanted to give another paper for the sake of language, I think.
But it was simply a qualifier paper. APSC demanded only 25% qualifier marks. They did not ask you to study completely the paper. You need to have the basic knowledge of the paper. And UPSC also has the same paper.
Definitely.
Language paper is there.
Yes, sir.
And
So I think, sir, I think that language paper wasn't necessary because as the government officials are directly dealing with the local residents, so the basic knowledge about the local language is the dire need of the society. So I think that was a good step,
yes.
and I don't want to comment anything on the attitude of the students, but
Yes.
I thought it was a good step, and I was ready for that paper.
Yes. And you studied in government school or private?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Throughout my life, I always studied in a government school.
And then I can understand why are you supporting that language. And
Yes.
yes. Okay, then next one, you studied chemistry and you
Yes,
have
sir.
finished the masters in chemistry and you have taken chemistry as your optional subject as well.
Yes, sir.
Yes. And
Yes, sir.
that is very appreciable. I have seen that students are shifting from science optional subjects into social science.
Yes, sir.
And largely. And why you decided that you should continue with the chemistry as your optional subject?
Sir, I thought that the optionals, because I was not that well adapted to the general studies paper because I have left humanities long back.
Yes.
I studied in up to class 10. After that, I was not studying anything regarding polity, history, geography.
Yes.
So that was completely new for me. So I thought that my strength would be the optional subjects. So as I have been teaching chemistry for the last 8 years in a higher secondary, so I think that might help me better way in achieving good marks. So
Yes.
that's why I opted for chemistry.
Yeah, that I appreciate because you have the confidence in your own subject. And yes. And next one, you are belonging to Golaghat district.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me some three specialities of Golaghat?
Sir, first of all, I have to take the name of Kaziranga National Park. So, a major part of Kaziranga National Park is in Golaghat district, which is a World Heritage Site. And secondly, Golaghat has many monuments from the Ahom dynasty. And the Negariting Shiva temple, which was built by Rajeshwar Singha, was an example of that. And another was the first regional political party, which was Assam Gana Parishad, that was started from Golaghat district itself in 1985. So I think these are
yes. Okay, very good. And I like the 3 points and from 3 different fields. But I think that you can add some color to the points, telling that environmentally and Kaziranga National Park is there and it's also internationally famous. And second, you can take the historically, these monuments are there. And third one, politically, we have another unique things. Then examiner will get the impression this person is diversifying the points.
Definitely.
Normally, when an examiner asks 3 points, everybody will take the 3 points on the distinction. because everybody knows the at least 3 points on the distinction. Then
Exactly.
you will directly take the 3 points. You can make it as a diversified. I want to diversify my answer. Some beyond expectation answer should be given every time. Yes. And next one, you have been living in Dibrugarh, I think, for how many years now?
Sir, it's been 10 years now.
10 years.
Yes, sir.
And how do you find Dibrugarh?
It's pleasant.
Yeah, pleasant.
Yes.
And another thing is that obviously, can you tell me any one most important feature of Dibrugarh?
The Assam Medical College and the education institutes.
Yes. And it is the hub of education, I think, in Assam.
Education.
There are the
Education.
education institutions are the Dibrugarh University where you studied and
Yes.
Assam Medical College.
Yes, sir.
But one thing, have you noticed that people from Assam and regularly when they have a severe disease, they are migrating somewhere outside the Assam, especially they are preferring Apollo in Chennai, Apollo in Delhi.
Definitely.
You feel that Assam is outperforming in or not performing well in the medical field?
So I don't want to say that Assam is underperforming, but there are always scope for improvement. So at present, we have many good educational, medical institutes, but the number of doctors are very less in comparison to the patients. So as a result, so the facilities available in the government hospitals are also very limited. So so the common people opt to go for some outside places like Apollo in Chennai or AIMS in Delhi, where they can find better medical facilities in comparison to Assam.
Is it only because of the mindset of the people? This Assam medical field is not good, or is it really it is not good? What is the reason?
So I would say the mindset of the people definitely plays a part. They always the people in Assam are always excited for something from outside. So I think that plays a major part. But I don't want to completely blame on the mindset of people. The medical facilities also not up to that much.
But is it improving now?
Yes, sir, definitely.
All India Institute of Medical Science is coming.
Yes,
and
sir.
recently cancer hospitals were inaugurated by the Prime Minister.
Yes, sir. The 7 cancer institutes have been inaugurated by Prime Minister.
And can you tell me which community you belong? Are you SC, ST, OBC, or general?
Sir, OBC. I belong to OBC.
Yes. What is your opinion on OBC reservation? Still, we should continue the reservation, or it is time to stop?
So I personally think that at present the reservation should not be caste oriented. I think that before giving a person reservation, his economic background should be properly monitored, because I have faced many things in my life where I have seen that a person from SC community, which was also my friend, he was my friend, and his father was the HOD of a particular department in our same college. So I have always seen him getting the scholarships rather than many students who were actually poor because they belong to the general class. So I think that before giving someone the benefits of a scholarship, the economic conditions should be properly monitored.
Yes, obviously, scholarship is for direct monetary support, and that should be based on the economic background, whether poor or rich. But what do you feel? Government job and reservation. My question is reservation government job. It should be based on the economic condition, or it should be based on the community. Government job. Do you feel it is a place to earn the money to be rich, or is a place to serve the people?
Definitely, it is a place. Obviously, the first preference is to serve the people, but the economic sustainability also plays a part. So I think that the caste system, which was prevailing in the government jobs, we cannot completely abolish it. But as government is giving so many people jobs on the basis of their economically EWS category, and if a person from a lower community, which is from SC or ST, is getting a job, So that motivates the people from that community to work hard, and that gives them extra confidence. So I think, so to some extent, until and unless they are completely recovered from that situation, so this situation should not be completely abolished.
Yes, but whether it should be, or my question is that reservation should be given only to the poor people of SCST, or irrespective of any class, we should give reservation for all SCST. One thing. Second thing, whether reservation is an instrument of eradicating poverty. Can we eradicate the poverty by giving reservation in government jobs?
So I will not say that government cannot eradicate poverty. Government can never eradicate poverty on the basis of reservation. So we
Reservation.
have to look for
Then
another options.
what is the aim, basic aim of reservation? Whether eradicating poverty or something else?
So I think, rather than eradicating poverty, many political parties use it as a tool of getting votes for their elections. So
You are telling that reservation is an instrument of vote bank politics.
yes, to some extent.
And is there any social purpose for reservation other than the vote bank politics?
Sorry, sir, I can't think of any other reason now.
You cannot think any other reason. Point is that obviously this part of answer has a problem, because you cannot have the vote bank politics, because you are directly attacking the people sitting in power. And reservation is a vote bank politics. That means Ambedkar started the reservation. He had no vote bank in the mind.
Definitely.
As a suggestion of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the aim of reservation is that changing the mindset of the society. Definitely. If there was no reservation, the Indian people will never accept a scheduled caste person sitting as a deputy commissioner, a Brahmin sitting as a clerk. That was not accepted in Indian culture, or Indian mindset was against it. Because of reservation came in civil services, a scheduled caste person can become an IAS officer. Then at least some 16% of IAS officers, 16.5 is the scheduled caste population in India. 16.5% of IAS officers are coming from scheduled caste. Then Indian society gradually started accepting a scheduled caste person sitting in a high position and a Brahmin or a lower caste, upper caste person sitting in a lower position. Then reservation is an instrument of implementing equality on the ground. In the mindset of Indian society. Then your stand can be there as long as this goal is achieved. That is, everybody is removing that mindset of the caste. Until that time, reservation can continue. Whenever the equality is accepted as a value in India, in Indian minds, and that time we can abolish the reservation. Because reservation is not to economically empower the people, it is to socially empower the people mainly. Yes. Yeah. When it goes to economics, then the vote bank politics and everything comes in. So when you are talking vote bank, a person can easily guess that 10% EWS reservation was given to get the vote bank of the Brahmins in Uttar Pradesh and before the 2019 election. That is why don't use those terms. That is a truth, but you should not use it in the formal interview. Yes. Anyway, overall the interview, my experience, my appreciation is good, because you were confident to answer the questions. And whenever you were able to frame up the answer instantly, and that quality you keep in mind. And next one, you make a list of the expected probable questions for yourself.
Yes, sir. Sure.
And make a list of whatever probable questions might come to me and what answers I should give. And if in the interview board, some expert in science is that they might ask you some deep questions on chemistry and that type of, and OBC, and you are from Kolagat, and Kaziranga National Park might be a detailed question might be there, and the one on rhino might come, how to prevent the poaching, and what are the things done by government at present, and what mindset leads into the poaching of the rhino, and that type of different questions might come on Kaziranga National Park. And when you are answering that, because obviously when you are telling that in my place some historic monuments are there, they might ask detailed question on those historic monuments. I'm not asking because I'm from outside, I don't know much on that. When the people know much on that, they will ask more questions on that. Yes, and the political party you mentioned, also regional political party, they might ask you the detailed questions on that. That's where the debate goes. Nobody comes with a prepared question for you. They make the question instantly from your answer itself. Yes, sir. Yes. Okay, then all the best.